everyone, this is Fostering Senior Pets. I'm Kimberly, and today we're going to be chatting a little bit about what it takes to become a foster parent for pets. So I'm going to be chatting about 8 different things that you might need to become a foster parent. And if you notice me moving my arm over here, it's because Sophia is hanging out with me. On my other side I have Tukey, and we might be visited by some other pets during this video. Alrighty, so the most important thing that you need to become a pet foster parent is love. Might sound a little cliche, but really that is the most important thing. So you have a passion and love for companion animals, and that you want to share that love and save lives. That is the most important thing to fostering. The second most important thing is a spare room. So most organizations require you to have a spare room, especially if you're going to be fostering cats or small animals. A spare room allows you to keep the foster separate from your own pets. It also gives them time and space to go through whatever they need to do. That might be recovering from a procedure or getting some socialization, those kind of things. It also prevents any potential exchange between your pets and the foster and vice versa, for diseases, parasites, anything like that. It just eliminates that risk, so you have peace of mind. And it also allows you to ensure that your pets and the foster aren't getting into squabbles or fights, and that everyone stays safe. So those are a few of the reasons why a spare room is really important. Spare room doesn't have to be big. It can even be a bathroom or a laundry room, and that might seem really small, but if you think about how a cat is staying in a cage at the shelter, it's actually a lot bigger for them, and it gives them opportunity to have a place to stay for a short period of time. So even if it's just a bathroom, that is totally okay. So the third thing that you need is time. It depends on the foster, of course, that you're taking into your home, what the time requirements are. Some fosters need more time than others. You can hear Henry playing with a ping pong ball in the background. So some fosters need more time than others. So if you have a medical needs foster, they might have a little bit more time involved, or if you're doing hand feed kittens, that could be every 2 hours, 24 hours a day. So those are obviously more time intensive foster situations, but you could also take in cats, small animals, dogs that have less time needed. So just be upfront with the organization about what time you're able to commit to fostering. And that's twofold, because it's your day-to-day time, but also how much time are you able to devote to that animal in the long run. Are you only able to take an animal into your home for a month, 3 months, 6 months? It's important to be upfront with the organization so that they can appropriately place an animal in your home. If they have an animal that they know is going to be in foster care for at least 3 months, and you are going on vacation in a month, might not be the best fit for you or that animal. The fourth thing you need is to follow the rules. So every organization has different rules and requirements that they have. So it's important to follow those rules, because the rules have been put in place for a reason. Things that come to mind are making sure that your animals don't interact don't interact with the foster, or making sure that you do a check-in with the organization, or giving them a certain amount of heads up when you need new supplies, or basic things like that. They might also require you don't change the foster's name. Every organization is going to have different rules, and it's important to follow them. If you have any questions or concerns about a rule, check in with the organization. You need to get approval in advance if you're not going to be able to follow one of the rules. So those are the top 4 things that you need to foster. The remaining 4 things are kind of just bonus points. So that includes transportation. Some organizations will require you to transport your animal to the veterinarian, back and forth to the organization. Maybe they need you to be able to pick up supplies from the organization. This depends on that organization. Some might have volunteer transporters, but having access to transportation can certainly be a big help, whether that's a car, a bus, a friend, whatever, but checking in to see whether you have transportation access. And the next thing would be checking in on a regular basis. So organizations may not require this, but it can be really helpful for staff or volunteers to know what's going on with your foster. If you have an update, share that with them. They love to be able to promote your foster animal. If it's adoptable, or if it's not adoptable yet, then at least to be able to check in and make sure that your foster is doing okay. And then another thing to be aware of is that all reputable organizations should cover veterinary care for your foster. That is across the board what's going to happen. But some organizations may require you to pay for food or litter, toys, different things like that. So you need to be aware of what costs are expected of you to pay for. If you're responsible for food, you need to know what that's going to cost and whether you're capable of paying that. And if not, then you might get in touch with another organization that does actually provide all of the supplies and that you don't need to worry about it. Lastly is specialized skill and training. So some fosters may require a little bit more care or skills that you need to learn. So that would maybe be hand feed fosters, where you're bottle feeding kittens or puppies or whomever. It might be a medical foster where you need to be able to provide, you need to be able to pill a cat or do syringe feeding or provide needles or testing, that kind of thing. And it could be a behavioral foster where you need to know the body language of a cat or a dog. You need to be able to provide behavioral adjustment and training. So those are usually provided by the organization. But if not, then you need to check in and see where you could get those specialized skills if you want to be able to take on those kind of fosters. So those are the 8 things you need to become a foster pet parent. There are certainly more things, I'm sure, but those are the basics. And it's really not as difficult as a lot of people think. Love, spare room, time, and rule following are really the most important things that you need. The others are all just kind of bonus points. So if you are looking for a foster opportunity in your area, please get in touch with me and I can try and link you to an organization, especially in Ontario, Canada. That's where I'm from. So I can certainly link you to some organizations that are in your area if you would like to start fostering.